You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's going on, NASCAR diecast collectors and diecast viewers on YouTube? This is Original Big Bri here, and welcome to the NASCAR Diecast News 2018 Season 8 premiere, guys. Man, cannot believe that we're doing this for an 8th season in a row, but I thank you guys so much for your continuing support, and we are going to start things off as we are going to kick off the start of the 2018 NASCAR Diecast season, guys. And we do got some really cool looking diecasts from our good friends at Plan B Sales, KSA Diecast, and of course my favorite, Lester's Diecast. We got a good amount of 164s and 124s to be talking about on this episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. We even got a really cool promo coming out as well that that actually came out 2 years ago, but it is something that I think a lot of people really requested, and there's only one place you can get it at, or two, but feel free to tune into that. We do got some more cancellations. And of course, we also got the what is possibly the final wave for NASCAR Authentics 2017. No, this is not NASCAR Authentics 2018 Wave 1, probably in the next time, guys. But we got Wave 11. It has been released and in stores, and we are, well, should be in stores soon. But it just was recently announced, and we got all the information right there. Plus, we're also going to be looking at a new subject of this video, which is the Fan of the Week. So you guys want to tune in for all that and many more as the NASCAR Diecast News starts right now. But before we do that, guys, we're going to take a look back at last year, and we're going to look at the last episode of the NASCAR Diecast News for NASCAR Diecast News 2017 with its best daily diecast and its least daily diecast from NASCAR Diecast News 187. Alrighty, buddy, welcome to the NASCAR Diecast News. We're going to go ahead and start things off with your newly released diecast from our good friends at Plan B Sales, KSA Diecast, and Lester's Diecast. And of course, guys, like always, I will provide the links in the description so you guys can go ahead and buy these diecasts, depending if they're sold out or not. But cannot guarantee you, guys. Cannot guarantee. But let's start off with the 164, guys. So first up, we got Denny Hamlin's 2017 FedEx Cares Toyota Camry. Now, if you guys seen Race Day 2011's review of this card, then you guys probably would care or not, as I am trying my best not to pull a ridiculous pun, but it is kind of hard because nobody cares about Denny Hamlin, except for the Hamlin fans. But this is a pretty cool looking card. The FedEx Cares cards definitely reminds me of a lot of his old schemes when he drove the FedEx car. You know, FedEx always has some really interesting paint schemes, but unfortunately, you know, they've always well, now, if you guys saw my top 10 worst NASCAR diecast of 2017, you guys know the Denny Hamlin FedEx cars were in one of those spots. Not gonna say what, because spoiler alert for any of you guys who haven't watched it yet. But yeah, I say this is a really cool car to get. It's a different paint scheme that we usually get, and it was canceled in the 124 scale, guys. So this is the only way you can get this car in the 164. So I guess you could say it's a 164 scale exclusive, but whether you're a Hamlin fan or not, this car is kind of notorious for crashing at Indianapolis, guys, at the Brickyard race. So, might be a dark memory for some Hamlin fans, but for paint scheme wise, it's a pretty cool looking car. So I probably would recommend getting it. It's a better car than all those other useless FedEx cars. I mean, God forbid those cars. Sadly, they're making a return for 2018, though. Next up, we got Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s Little Hug Ford Fusion. Very interesting car. I mean, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. always has a lot of bright paint schemes. I mean, we've seen it with the Sunny D paint scheme, and I think this car looks really good with that as well. But I do like the variation we got right here. We got this nice, you know, it's a regular yellow, guys. That's kind of rare that we have nowadays. Mixed with some purple and all that. And I believe he first drove this car at, I think it was the, it was one of the Pocono races. Probably the second one, I think. But I know it was at Pocono, though. But feel free to comment below if you guys know which Pocono race it was. But at least I know what race it was at. But yeah, I like this car. I mean, and do you guys even remember these when you were kids? The Little Hug drinks? God forbid it. I mean, heck, I do remember those. This car definitely kind of brings back those days when I was a kid, but not anymore. Gotta love adulthood, guys. Gotta love it. But this car is really cool. I probably would recommend getting it for you guys. Next up, we got Joey Logano's Shell Pennzoil throwback car, and you guys are probably wondering what is the throwback that they got for this for 2017. Well, he did a IndyCar throwback, which already I'm liking a lot. A lot of people didn't like this paint scheme, but the significance of this paint scheme, or as IndyCar will call it, livery, this is a Darlington throwback to a former IndyCar driver and a former IndyCar Series owner as well, Jimmy Vasser, in his 2002 Shell Pennzoil IndyCar. And pretty cool that they decided to do this. I mean, that's one thing I really do have respect for Team Penske. They're able to go and recreate, because you guys know that they are the Team Penske. You know, they're much more involved than just in their NASCAR program. They got their IndyCar program and the IMSA program as well. So I love the variety that they have for that team, and that's pretty cool that they decided to do an IndyCar throwback for 2017. Hopefully we can see more of that. I mean, I know they kind of did it, in this second year they did it for IndyCar throwback. Heck, we had the Brian Herta and Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart throwback from 2 years ago for 2016. So even though I say the 2016 car is still probably my favorite throwback car that we got, even though the 2015 one was pretty cool as well with Mario Andretti. But I'm really liking Logano's throwbacks. I mean, this might be my least favorite, but seeing the significance in the paint scheme, I think if you're an IndyCar fan, I recommend getting it. If not, maybe this might be a one skip, but if you're a good racing fan, guys, I probably would recommend getting this car. Plus, it's another 164 exclusive, so this car was canceled in the 124 scale. So, only way you can get it, guys, right here, right now. Next up, we got David Reagan's Shriners Hospital for Children car, and this has been a very loyal sponsor for David Reagan. You guys know we had the Shriners car canceled from last year, but that was made in the NASCAR Authentics form, and kind of reversed it this year, guys. They didn't made the NASCAR Authentics form for this car, as I know from not yet, but pretty cool that this car actually got made, and they decided to change the paint scheme up, and I think it is kind of refreshing. Can't really say it's probably my favorite, but pretty cool that we got some teal mixed in with that dark maroon. A lot more eye-catching, but I don't know. I think last year's was pretty cool because we had that nice metallic finish to it. However, though, I say this will still be a pretty cool car to get if you're a Reagan fan, or if you just failed to not get a good Sam Camper World car yet. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say about this car. It's an interesting car. Glad we got some more 38 diecasts for 2017. And last but not least, of course, this one's gonna be pretty biased. Mark Truex Jr.'s 2017 Wix Filters Toyota Camry. I love this car. That's all I gotta say. Beautiful looking car. It's a shame Wix Filters and Furniture Road will not be returning for 2018 to your defending champion. Ain't that odd. But Auto Owners Insurance and Bass Pro Shop stepped up as big sponsors, including 5 Hour Energy. But pretty cool looking car, guys, and I do like this matte finish, and I just like the attention to detail on this paint scheme, guys. I believe he first drove this at Loudon and actually led some laps in this car as well. So if you're a Truex fan, I recommend getting both scales, guys. This is a really cool diecast, and definitely gives a nice, unique look for the good old guys at Furniture Row Racing. So really cool looking 164 diecast that we got right here, guys. Now we're going to be looking at the 124s, and we're going to probably go through these very quickly because there's a good amount of them. We're going to be looking at only the exclusives and the race win, guys. So first up, we got Cole Custer's Haas Automation Darlington throwback, and this is throwing it back to Sam Ard in his 1980 cars. So pretty cool right there. I mean, if you're a big Sam Ard fan, if you guys remember this paint scheme, then it's a great representation of this of the car that he drove. So yeah, I really do like this. I mean, it's cool they decided to make this in 124 scale. Was canceled in 164 scale, so that is pretty unfortunate. But pretty cool looking throwback, even though it's on the Gold Series mold. But I will have to admit that that definitely screams retro for me, and I like the. Even the gold rims look very nice on this, guys. So, yeah, I probably recommend getting it. Next up, we got Casey Kane's 2017 Microsoft Chevrolet. Oh, boy, remember this car, guys. You remember the days when Casey Kane actually drove the for Hendrick Motorsports? Yeah, that was last year. Oh, man, this car feels old already. And I think it's already on sale for like $38, if I'm not mistaken. So, trying to clear that Casey Kane stuff out. But back to that, guys. Yes, this car... pretty cool looking car that we got right here. I believe that this car was only made in the 124 scale, so it was canceled in 164 scale from what I know. And second time that we got a Microsoft card trying to get produced. But it's on the Gold Series mold, and Casey Kane's no longer Hendrick, so I don't know. This car looks alright, but like I said, if you're a Casey Kane fan, this might be a cool paint scheme to have, but he did crash in this car pretty recklessly at the Sonoma race, so I don't know. This car seems okay. Next up, we got, this is a very interesting one. You guys are probably wondering why it took for this so long for this car to come out. We got Ryan Reed's 2017 Lily Diabetes Daytona Xfinity Race Win. Now, the reason why this car was, a lot of people thought it was canceled, but no, there was actually something, the reason why this car was delayed is because Lionel and the factories who work on this, they had to make some changes to the box. What I mean by that is that the box actually said 2016 on it. So, you would think they would remake the whole box, but then again, that would get quite expensive. But they didn't do that. They put a sticker right above where 2016 is and put 2017. Well, if you screw up, when in doubt, just always use a sticker, guys. Yeah, that is definitely interesting right there, guys. Very, very interesting. Even the schedule, even the schedule they had to change as well, and it's all one big sticker. Don't believe me? Then check out WinVile8820's review on this car, and he pointed out the details on that in that diecast review. But yeah, very strange that they did that, but I can see why they did that, because otherwise, if they remade the box, it would have took forever, which already did. But I don't know, guys. Tell me what you guys think in the comments if that was actually worth the wait. But not too many people are crazy about a box anyways. But I think it's just funny that Lionel decided to screw up on the boxes and decided to cover up with the stickers. So at least you tried, Lionel. At least you tried. But still a pretty cool looking car. This car was also available in the 164 scale for NASCAR Authentics. So if you guys want more details on this car, then feel free to look at my diecast review for Ryan for this car. I will probably put the link up in the top right corner so you guys can check that out, or wherever the heck I put the videos at. Next up, we got Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s 2017 Fifth Third Bank Talladega Race Win car. This car is really cool, guys. I mean, this was Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s second career win in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, and he went out with style, guys. He was able to beat Kyle Busch in that last lap, and lots of people were rooting for him, unlike Kyle Busch, and heck, I was too as well. This car, I mean, the Daytona win is basically it's the same paint scheme that he drove with the Daytona car. But I think this one has a lot more race marks to it. I mean, even on the grill, you can see Lionel did a good job replicating the tape and all the race marks on this and the confetti. Just overall, a really nice looking car. And hopefully we're going to see more of this 17 car in Victory Lane for 2018, guys. Next up is a hardcore must for any Chase Elliott fans out there. We got Chase Elliott's 2017 Alliant. I probably pronounced that right. Alliant, I think. Martinsville Truck Race Win car. Yep, this is another car that took a little bit to get out, but finally got produced. And I have to admit, this is a very basic looking car, but for any Chase Elliott fans who want to collect more Race Win diecasts, even though he hasn't won in the Cup Series yet, but don't worry, I feel like 2018 will be the year for Chase Elliott to get a win. This is still a cool truck to get, even though Lionel kind of screwed up on the headlights as well. The headlights do look a little slim, I think, or they're kind of slanted off or something. I think it's just me, or I think some other people pointed this out, but I think those headlights are wrong. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy. This is what happens when I look at diecast guys. I just start over-exaggerating on diecast. But, yeah. I think this is a cool looking truck to get. Next up, we got some Dover Race Win cars, guys. We got to go on to the Xfinity Series, and first one up, it is Kyle Larson's Park Restored Dover Xfinity Race Win. Now, this car took forever to get on the pre-order list, but when it did, I'm sure a lot of Dover fans out there were excited to get this car produced, especially my good friend Race Day 2011. If you guys have not seen the diecast review of this car, I recommend checking out the diecast review if you do want to have a little story time with Race Day 2011, because he has a lot of good memories at Dover, and seeing his favorite driver win at that track, that has to be awesome. And for anybody else who was at that race and you were a Kyle Larson fan, I say if you want to relive this memory, buy the diecast, guys. It's so worth it, especially for any Larson fans out there. Yeah, guys, let's get a shout out to all the Larson fans down in the comments, guys, because you guys rock already. And that's coming from a Truex fan, guys. So that's respect right there. But next up, we got Jimmy Johnson's Lowe's Dover Race Win car, and no surprise right there, Jimmy Johnson, the king of Dover. Gotta love him, guys. You know this guy has won so many times at Dover, it's not even funny. So, of course, to add this for your Jimmy Johnson Dover collection, this is a must-get for sure. We also got some Mark Truex Jr. diecast, and I actually do have this car with me, and I also did a diecast review of this car as well, so feel free to check it out, guys, on my channel. We got Mark Truex Jr.'s 2017 Auto Owners Insurance Kansas Race Win car, and what's really cool about this car, because not only it's a Truex car, because I do love Truex, but this car has molded out damage very similar to the Las Vegas Win car. So, yeah, I would strongly recommend getting this car due to that reason, because Lionel did another good job replicating the race damage, even though the mold is slightly, it's pretty much the same. I mean, there's probably like a slight difference in the curve where the corner panel is for the right side, but I still think it's a really cool car to get regardless, but that's all I gotta say right there. And the last 124 exclusive that we got for this episode, guys, we got to Michael McDowell's Fire Department New York Foundation car. And yes, this car was canceled, I believe, in the 164 scale, but it looks like it just barely made production for the 124 scale, guys. So really cool that we finally got a Michael McDowell car produced. Didn't think it was going to make MOQ because it's on the Gold Series, but glad to see that they did, and it's going to be pretty cool. I'm hoping that the 95 Casey King car is good for 2018 is going to be produced, because that's a cool paint scheme. But back to Michael McDowell, guys. Yeah, he will be going to not Front Row Racing. That'd be quite interesting. Front Row Motorsports. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool seeing him driving that 34 Loves car. But if you guys do love that car, then I would recommend picking up this car as well, since this is probably the final time that you will see him in the 95 car in diecast form. And now we're going to go into the promos, guys, and we got one promo to be talking about, and it is going to be on a 2016 car that not too many people thought was going to be made, even though a lot of people strongly wanted to get this car produced, because this car is a tribute to a special driver that unfortunately lost during that year as well. We got Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s 2016 Fastenal Brian Clausen tribute car, and this car was canceled in both scales in 2016, guys, and that was pretty unfortunate because, you guys know, if you're a big motorsports fan, or if you guys follow World of Outlaws and dirt racing, watching the Chili Bowl, and even watching IndyCar, the name Brian Clausen would ring a bell to you. Even for some NASCAR fans out there, he drove in the Nationwide Series a couple times, and that's what this paint scheme represents. When he drove the number 40 Fastenal car, I know him and Dario Franchitti, I believe, they not switched, but they kind of shared this ride together. And it was kind of underrated car. But it was still pretty cool that Ricky Stenhouse Jr., because him and Kyle Larson are really good friends with Brian Clausen. Same with Rico Abreu as well. So, man, you gotta love dirt racers. I love when drivers get very close with each other. Just shows you that the racing's just one big family. And this one right here is really cool. But there are only 2 ways you guys get this car, and eBay is not one of them unless you want to pay a ridiculous amount of money for this car. This car was only made because they decided to make production of this at the Chili Bowl. Alright, so if you guys, any of you guys were at the Chili Bowl, then you guys would have the opportunity to get this car. I think it was going for like $65, $66 for a Gold Series car. Or if you guys got very lucky, Plan B Sales did a promotion on this, and they had, I believe, 165 produced for Plan B Sales. So I believe this car is already sold out, but if any of you guys were lucky, then that is really cool. I wish the 164 was made, but we're just glad that we finally got a diecast produced for, you know, this really cool paint scheme. It's just a shame that it got canceled, guys, but glad to see that, you know, they that Roush, Fenner Racing, and Ricky Styles Jr. were able to come together and get this really cool tribute diecast to come out. So I would, if you guys can find this car, I would recommend getting it, guys. It's all for a good cause, and what a great tribute scheme it is for you know, for the late Brian Clausen. So very, very cool diecast ad that we got right here, folks. Alrighty, NASCAR Diecast News fans, we have reached the halfway point of this YouTube video, so we're gonna do something a little different here, guys, and we got a brand new segment for this for 2018 for NASCAR Diecast News Season 8, and it is going to be entitled Fan of the Week, which we'll be selecting one fan per episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, and we'll be showcasing them, give their thoughts and opinions, and just, you know, give them some good shout outs, guys, because after all, I mean, you guys are the ones that, you know, encourage me to do these videos. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the Fan of the Week for this week, and it is going to come from an Instagram follower at the Racing Pit Stop, also known as Victor Santiago. I know that name sounds familiar. He is a huge fan of the NASCAR Diecast News, so thank you, Victor. And we're gonna go ahead and look at some of the photos that he decided to post with the hashtag with the hashtag NDN2018. And remember, guys, you guys can get your picture up on here, just to have the hashtag down in your comments, and you can feel free to comment below. But let's look at Victor's pictures. We got so he decided to give us a good thank you for the hero card and the promo card that we provided for him from the Mega Diecast giveaway, which probably might be thinking about doing that again, guys. A lot of you guys you know, really enjoyed that, and that was a really cool live stream. And so he's got that really cool hero card that we got from the old NASCAR Diecast News, and he's got the Ricky Styles Jr. 2014 Wegmans promo. So pretty cool right there. And he says that he wants to be on the Fan of the Week. So your dream came true, Victor. And he hopes to get a chance to upgrade to the 2018 NASCAR Diecast News hero card. Well, you're in luck, man, because you have been selected as Fan of the Week. And congratulations, Victor. You are going to get the hero card. So feel free to, you know, get excited for that. And thank you so much for being a fan of the NASCAR Diecast News, Victor. And I am looking forward to see more of your support when you get that hero card. But this has been your Fan of the Week, guys, and we will catch you guys on the next one. As now we're getting on to the cancellations, guys, and now we're getting on to the cancel diecast, like I just said, and we got 2 new ones to show you guys. We got one 2017 and one 2018. So the first one up is Eric Jones, number 77, 5-hour Energy Sunoco Rookie of the Year car. This was only canceled in the 124 ARC version, which ironically was only made in the 124 ARC version. So yeah, you guys know with Eric Jones at 5-hour Energy, thankfully he's going to Joe Gibbs Racing for this year, so we don't have to go through that ever again. But unfortunately, 5-hour Energy went with Mark Truex Jr. for this year, so expect Mark Truex Jr. 164 diecast to be, you know, very much of a you know what to be made. Yeah, but this car, very random. I don't like the Sunoco Rookie of the Year cars. I mean, it's cool that we got his GameStop Xfinity car from the NASCAR Authentics wave and from the Gold Series from 2 years ago. But this one just, yeah, seeing it was only a 124 exclusive, and seeing how his other 5-hour Energy cars were already not going to be made besides the regular 5-hour Energy car, then yeah, this car, you know, not really much of a big loss. Unless you're a huge Eric Jones fans, then this one is a pretty big loss. But, you know, it is what it is for this car. I mean, not too really pleased with the Rookie of the Year cards. But, yeah, not really a big loss. And this one's really interesting. We got a 2018 car, and it is Daniel Schwartz's number 19 Aris Toyota Camry. This was only canceled on 124 Elite scale, guys. So the 164 and the 124 is still available for pre-order. But remember, guys, the Elites, when the elites are canceled for this year, guys, it's a pretty big deal because it's the only way you get the opening hoods, roof flaps, and decklets. The Gold Series will have the will have all those features besides the opening decklets, so that's gonna suck. However, though, I can see why this car got canceled in that scale because this paint scheme looks very familiar, like very, very familiar. Don't you guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Carl Edwards. Remember that guy? I do, because I'm still a fan of him, regardless. Yeah, this paint scheme is basically what Carl Edwards drove in 2015 and 2016. So, some odd reason, Aris decided to bring it back. Very creative, huh? Very creative. Yeah, I can see why this car got canceled. I think people are not happy seeing this car again. I mean, it's cool for any Carl Edwards fans, but this is Daniel Suarez, not Carl Edwards. So, I don't know why they couldn't keep the Aris car from last year, but the Aris seems like they always like to change their paint schemes up, like how IndyCar drivers at Ganassi, they'll always like to change their paint schemes throughout mid-season. Shots fired. But yeah, this is a very weird choice. They decided to do that, but I see why I got canceled. But like I said, the other two scales are still available for pre-order, guys. And that wraps up into cancellations, guys, as now we're getting on to the last topic of this show, and it is going to be, you guys guessed it, NASCAR Authentics 2017. Wait a minute, 2017? This is 2018. Where's Wave 1? Well, guys, hold your horses, because I'm not in charge of that stuff. I might review NASCAR Authentics, guys, but I am not in charge of how those waves are released. But don't worry, guys, Wave 1 for 2018 probably will be released around Daytona for next month, just like how it was last year. But Wave 11 was just recently announced on the newest episode of The Fix, which was on Wednesday. So, and this was a quite big surprise, but I will have to say, this has to be, I mean, I know I said Wave 7 and Wave 9 and 10 were really good waves. I really liked those, I really liked Wave 7, Wave 9. But I know I say this so many times, but I think I really have to hear my word for this. This has to be the best wave that we got for 2017. What a great way to have to go out with the bang for NASCAR Authentics 2017, guys. And we're going to go ahead and show you guys right here. Majority of these cars are exclusive, and majority of them are also race win diecast. So that already sounds good, guys, but we're going to get the basics out of the way. We got some Justice League cars, guys. We got the Casey Kane Great Clips Justice League. I can't talk right now. Oh boy, this is what happens when I do half-hour videos. And we also got the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Nationwide Justice League car. So, if you guys remember those Batman vs. Superman cars and the Wonder Woman car, so this is yet another time we got, I guess you could say it's a rehash of these, but if you're a big DC fan, then those cars are going to look so good. I mean, just think about it, right? I mean, so you got yourselves a quite good collection right there. So if you do have the Batman vs. Superman cars and the Wonder Woman car, then these two will be great additions to that as well. But, you know, even though these paint schemes were not ran, they had to change the paint schemes because both sides were not symmetrical paint scheme wise. So it was just all black. But still cool that we got this in diecast form. And when Race Day 2011 releases his review, you know, he won't have the excuse to say, "Oh, this car's the same as the other side." But yeah, I just had to say that. Go check out Race Day 2011. He's a great YouTuber and a kick-ass friend as well. But yeah, pretty cool looking cars we got right there. This one, I know my good friend at Ganassi Fan 142 is going to love this car. Actually, he's going to love these next two cars because he's a big Ganassi fan. And I'm sure any guys out there who are big Ganassi fans, you will love these two as well. We got Jay McMurray's McDonald's 2017 car and the Kyle Larson Target Cars 3 Michigan Race Win car. And yeah, guys, that is really cool. I mean, why it finally took this long to finally get both Ganassi cars in a single wave? I mean, but it is cool that we got the McDonald's car. So if you guys did fail to get his McDonald's car from last year, which I did review this car, so go ahead and check it out on my YouTube channel. So yeah, I still like this McDonald's paint scheme, but I think they could have brought the Cessna car or you know, something different. I'm hoping for 2018 we get the Gear Wrench car, because that car is pretty freaking sexy, man, with that orange and black. And it looks like it's got a matte finish. And plus, those Chevrolet Camaro ZL1s look fabulous. I cannot wait. Those cars look sexy. But I'm calling diecast sexy now. Oh man. But you know, back to the 2017 cars. Yeah. The McDonald's car is pretty cool if you guys didn't got the if you guys failed to get the 2016 car. So, but might be the one that I would pass here on the NASCAR on this wave. As for the Target Cars 3 Michigan race winner car, easy without a doubt. If you're a Larson fan and you didn't got this car in the Gold Series, because this was produced in the 124 scale and the 164 scale for the Gold Series. So, I probably am going to pick this up along with all the other race wins cars that we'll be talking about in this episode for this wave. So, I think this car, you know, if you already got the Michigan car from last year when he won his first Cup race, this car is another great addition because Kyle Larson, I guess you could say he's the king of Michigan now, even though he's won like the last 3 Michigan races. But I think we found Larson's favorite track, but this is a really cool paint scheme, even though it does not have the name banners, Monster Energy logos, and the Cars 3 logos, because Disney, you gotta love him. But still pretty cool that they went out their ways to line up to give us this really cool Lightning McQueen paint scheme. And yeah, I had a feeling this car was gonna be in a wave very soon. Now these next 5 I'm about to show you is just, oh man, absolutely just freaking awesome. First off, we got Jimmy Johnson's Lowe's A.O. Smith Bristol Racewin car. Now, Lionel on their episode of The Fix, they didn't say that this was exclusive, but hear me on this. I know my diecast stuff, I know Lionel does too, but this car is a 164 exclusive. It was only made in the 124 scale, but if you want the 164 exclusive, this is the one to get right here. This is a really cool looking paint scheme, even though it's based on the Lowe's paint scheme. But I know on the, I think it's on the other side of this car, it has, it's going to probably have the decaled damage on this. I know it has damage on the corner panels, so that's going to be a really cool race win, and I'm definitely looking forward to review this car. And it's pretty cool that we got another Lowe's, we got a Jimmy Johnson race version car in this wave, guys. So that's looking like a good start right there. This one was very surprising and pretty cool that we got a Junior Motorsports car. That's not actually a Dale Jr. car for once. It is Justin Allgaier's number 7 Xfinity Brant car. And yes, this car is an exclusive for NASCAR Authentics because this car was canceled in the 164 scale for 2017. So, easy without a doubt. Even though this car is the same as the 2016 model, I would recommend getting it because this is the first time we've had an Allgaier car in the NASCAR Authentics wave, and first times are definitely a charm. And if you're looking for an Allgaier car to add to that NASCAR Authentics wall, like myself, I recommend getting this car. This car looks really cool compared to, oh god, speaking of that, guys, have you seen his 2018 Brant paint scheme? Oh, it is a nightmare, so I would recommend getting this car over his 2018 car, that's for certain. These last 3 are all exclusive race win cars for the 164, so we got Kevin Harvick's Mobil 1 Sonoma race win car. Man, what a great looking car. This car screams the great definition of what a cool race version car looks like. Man, I tell you what, man. This car is going to look very nice with that Tony Stewart Sonoma win that we got for last year for NASCAR Authentics. I didn't think that this car was going to be made in the 164 scale, but Lionel went out without their doubts, went ahead and decided to prove this in 164 scale. So, smart move by Lionel. Plus, we've got the Mobil 1 car returning for NASCAR Authentics, so that's a great addition right there. But I am really looking forward to get this car, guys. And speaking of looking forward, guys, we got another car to be talking about, which I've already reviewed, but I don't know. I just have to get it because I'm a Truex fan. We got more Truex Jr.'s Bass Pro Shops Las Vegas race win car. Another Mark Truex Jr. race win car that we got. This is the 3rd one that we've got for him. And we've had one for every single year, guys. From 2016, we had the Mark Truex Jr. from when NASCAR Authentics was released in 2016. We had the 2015 Pocono win. And then we had the Charlotte winner from 2016 that was released the year after. And then for 2017, guys, we got his Las Vegas win car produced. So very cool looking car that we got right here, and it's also going to have the decal damage as well. I mean, of course they can't mold out the damage like they do on the 124s, but it will probably have the decal, which still is pretty cool. So I like how Lionel does that, and they try to put as much detail they can in the 164. So looking forward to seeing that car. I'm curious to see how well attention to detail they do on that car. And the final one for this car for 2017 NASCAR Authentics, it is Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s 2017 Fifth Third Bank Talladega Race Win car. This car sounds very familiar because we just talked about it here on this episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. So This car is going to look very nice with all the other Race Wins cars that we got. It's going to have, you know, the molded, it's going to have the decal damage, the confetti, even it's probably going to have that tape that's on the front of the car. So, but overall, guys, what a great wave. This is a great way to say sayonara for the 2017 NASCAR Authentics. And feel free to comment below what you guys thought of the 2017 year for NASCAR Authentics. I think we've had some up and down years. I mean, the exclusive waves were definitely very annoying, don't get me wrong. But this was totally worth it. I know I said that there were some waves that I would pass, but this one was so worth it. We waited so long for some Race Win 164s to come out, and they decided to save it for last. Sounds kind of sketchy, but in the end, I think that gives us some great expectations for 2018, guys. Speaking of which, on the Lionel Racing Garage, guys, I probably will be talking about this on the next episode of NASCAR Diecast News. There are some leaked details of what could be for Wave 1 for 2018. But I'll probably talk about that next on the next episode of the NASCAR Diecast News. But this has been the NASCAR Diecast News 2018 season premiere episode. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give a good comment, like, and if you guys have not already, highly encourage you guys to subscribe to my channel for more of the latest NASCAR Authentics Diecast reviews, NASCAR Diecast News, and many more stuff to come. But until then, guys, this is Original Big Bro. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next NASCAR Diecast News.